I'd now like to introduce Jose Caivano, President of the International Color Association, to add his welcome to all of our delegates. Jose?
Thank you, Nick. Good morning. I would like to tell you a little bit about the history of this Congress from the perspective of the AIC, the International Color Association. The Color Society of Australia was incorporated as a regular member into the AIC in 1987. By 1991, Australia organized and held its first AIC meeting here in Sydney on the theme on color and light. We are now, for the second time in this marvelous and unique country, again connected by our common interests and curiosity about color. The progression to arrive to the tangible reality of this 11th Congress involved a long series of developments, thinking and work. Already in 1999, that is 10 years ago, when Mitsuo Ikeda was the president of the AIC, Australia was mentioned as a possible candidate to host another color meeting. The AIC Executive Committee at that time was considering proposals for the midterm meeting 2003, and Australia, together with Brazil and Thailand, were the options. Finally, Thailand was chosen for 2003, but in 2002, the AIC Executive Committee, under the presidency of Paula Alessi, took note that Australia would like to host the 11th AIC Congress in 2009. In the Executive Committee meeting held in 2003 in Thailand, the city of Cairns on the northeast coast of Australia in front of the Coral Sea was mentioned as a possible venue for this 11th Congress. I remember when the final proposal for the Congress was approved and its organization formally started in 2004 during the AIC interim meeting in Porto Alegre, Brazil. By then, I was the new AIC vice president and Paula Alessi was the president. On behalf of the Color Society of Australia, Nick Harkness presented the proposal to host the 11th Congress in Sydney at a venue called Luna Park, and the AIC said, okay, let's go there. Since then, Nick was present at every Congress and meeting of the AIC, bringing new details about the development and organization of this Congress. The Sydney Congress was presented to a larger audience during the previous AIC Congress in 2005 in Granada, Spain. In 2006, during our meeting in South Africa, Nick communicated the intention to move the venue to the University of New South Wales, where we are now. And this decision was welcomed as a very wise option. After that, things were evolving faster and faster. Certainly, you have followed the rest of this history from your own personal experience, when you thought about participating in this Congress, when you started to send the abstracts, and when you got the answer from the papers committee, and then you started to plan your trip to Australia. Today, we can enjoy the results of all the work and thinking devoted to this Congress that was made by the organizing committee, by the scientific committee, and by the AIC executive committees since 1999, 10 years ago. Another motive for celebration and joy is that To arrive to this 11th Congress, the AIC has made a long journey of exactly 40 years since that first Congress held in Stockholm in 1969, 2 years after the foundation of the AIC. Since that moment, a continuous series of full quadrennial congresses and intermediate meetings were held all over the world in the 5 continents. And this Congress is number 36 in the whole series. Think about that. 36 color meetings with all their papers and all the books of proceedings published. What amount of work and knowledge has been accumulated in the AIC during these years? Recently, I learned that there is a person, a very good friend of many of us, who participated in all and every one of the quadrennial congresses since 1969. This person is John Hutchins. Unfortunately, at the last moment, he was unable to come to Sydney this time because of a health treatment that prevents him from traveling, but he has assured us that he will join us again in the next AIC meeting, which by chance will be on the theme of color and food, which is John's main field of interest and specialty. So I wish you a successful and memorable experience with this 11th AIC Congress. By looking at this program, we realize how much we can learn about the latest developments in the many interdisciplinary fields of color research. As the AIC President, I welcome you all and I formally declare this Congress open. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jose, for your very kind words and welcome.